Hello and welcome to the Menopause Support Summit. I'm your host, Eliza Riley, and I'm so glad you're joining us. Today, I'm speaking with Anna Dunfeld, a veteran aromatherapist, mentor, and sacred transformation guide with over 35 years of experience supporting women across the globe. Her work blends science, ancient wisdom, and spiritual insight to empower women through the natural transitions of life, especially menopause. She believes menopause is not the end of your story, but the beginning of the one you were always meant to write. And I could not agree more. I'm so excited to welcome Anna Danfeld to the conversation today. It's such a joy to have you here, Anna.
Thank you. I love being here. So
Thank you.
excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited as well. We'll just hop right in. I would love to
Mhm.
know what inspired you to begin working with aromatherapy.
Oh, God, that was like ages ago. I think it was 1988. And I was doing herbs and natural medicine. I lived in the forest and I was giving birth. Had my babies at home. I was like in this whole thing. And then a friend of mine, she invited me, she gave me as a gift a aromatherapy massage. Aromatherapy, it didn't exist, right? So I went there and she had like four oils. And that's to compare with me. I work with between 300 and 500 oils, right? So just saying, it was in the beginning. I met this, I don't remember the massage much, but these oils, I was like, this is it. This is my jam. And then I started and I looked for teachers and I had to go. And we were just a small group in Europe. So it was like Tisserand and Shirley Price and all the biggies in England. And then we were two in Sweden and one in Finland. And we sort of worked together because it was such a tiny place. So we set this whole, it was so exciting at the time because it was political in the different countries. It was what is the rules for an essential oils, the labeling, purity, ethics, all of these different things, and how to build up education, what you need to learn, chemistry, medicine, all of these different things. And it was so exciting because we were all doing it together. We all had this incredible passion, and I never got tired of it. It just kept growing and growing and growing. I did skincare. I'm a alternative veterinarian. I work with hospitals and with doctors and antibiotic resistant bacteria. Oh, I like a gooey wound. And it was like everything, whatever, perfumery, everything. And every day, and I'm like, no, I'm going to chill out. And then I'm like, ooh, that would be a nice blend. And there I go again. And my children, and like my daughter said to me today, she said, I have never been to a doctor until I was grown up. And people say, how is that even possible? The mama did it. No. So short but big story. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I think it's such an empowering stance to take, when we truly take control of our health and our longevity, like all of the things, it's so important. And I think that's one of the most important parts of like what we do with the Minawave care team is that we're here to help you be your best self and to understand things that you may not get from other places. So I love the work that you're doing. Can you tell our audience, especially those who may not be familiar with essential oils, how do they actually like work in your body?
Okay, again, get me on my soapbox. I'm going to try to keep it short because people really don't know this. And I think this is a really important thing to know. And the essential oils are actually, they're tiny molecules. And if you inhale them when you smell, I mean, in your nose, it's like the only place where your brain is sticking out of your skull, right? So when you inhale them, they you have these sensors, whatever we call them in the nose, that pick up the scents and transport them into the brain, right? Not everything, because it's like a keyhole system that molecules have to fit in there. Synthetic fragrances don't, most fragrances or smells don't. Essential oils do. So they go literally, physically up into your brain and does its business. It connects with your hormonal system, your nervous system, your reptile brain called, your limbic system, so amygdala, all emotions, memory, everything. And from there, it passes with the blood through the blood-brain barrier, which is a protective barrier between the body and the brain to protect the brain from stuff that gets into your system. but it actually surpasses, or it goes through the blood-brain barrier and into the body with the blood, reaching every single cell in your body. Now, the other way around, you massage it on the skin. Molecules are tiny, they go through the skin and they enter your bloodstream. And with the blood, they travel through your entire body and then up beautifully through the blood-brain barrier and into your brain and does its business. So this is why I think it's important to understand this, because then you start to understand why dosages matter. Like 1 drop of essential oil is like a massive amount. So I'm going to see if I have that here just to show, but I don't. So this is so exciting because they are physically in your system. And if you realize, if you understand how tiny, 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 tiny a cell is, you realize how tiny, 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 minuscule amounts you need to make a difference or to create a balance in that cell. This is how essential oils work. And I want to add that all essential oils, they have a very specific vibrational range. And this vibrational range is exactly the same as our nervous system when it is balanced. So if you're too on the top, the oils will bring you down into balance or homeostasis. If you're too low, just sluggish and exhausted, it would bring you back into homeostasis. So no matter how stimulating an oil is, if you need to sleep, it's going to bring you from your speedy space into homeostasis and maybe make you sleep. And people can they say, but why doesn't it, pick me up? And I said, because you're outside the range. This is not, I mean, for that, you would need amphetamine, you know what I mean? Or pills. This is
Yeah.
natural. This works with your body. It's beautiful. So let's stop
I
here.
love it. It is beautiful and it's fascinating. And the other but one of the problems I think that when it comes to most things, not just essential oils, but there's so much misinformation out there about safety. So can you
Mm.
talk specifically about when and how essential oils can be used safely, especially during menopause?
Okay, so first of all, I think the number one way we use essential oils, which is really powerful, especially for menopause, which is a hormonal and the emotional system, because the basic for menopause that makes it so difficult is stress. Nothing else. It's not hormones, it's stress. It's a stress in the body. So when you inhale an essential oil, for your brain to have, for your physical system or emotional system, whatever you like, to have a reaction to this scent, you need 8 molecules, right? For you to know, have an awareness that you're smelling something, you need between 35 and 40 molecules. Okay, so you need very, very little. And what people do, they're like, oh, use it undiluted here, there, and everywhere. Don't ever use it undiluted. And like one lady, I said, don't do that. She goes, oh, I've been doing it and I never had a problem. I said, yeah, until. And the thing is, and this is really important to understand, when you overdose an essential oil, especially if you use it on the skin, you can create a sensitization. And this sensitization is an allergy and it will not go away. And it will cross sensitize with other stuff, perfume, food. Aromatherapy, essential oils are used massively in food, and the perfumery industry, especially the food industry, is the biggest user, right? So suddenly you're allergic to foods, you're allergic to perfumes, you're allergic to plants. So the result of being careless are really, really dire. And I've seen this happen to people and how terrible everything gets because you can't eat anymore and there's always this risk and you can't change that. That is going to stay. If you're doing inhalation, like you're smelling an essential oil or you're having it in a diffuser, it's different. It will give you maybe a headache or you get dizzy or you feel nauseous. Then all you need to do is clear the room, get some fresh air and clear the system. So that way it's a much safer way to use essential oils. So if you use them on the body, you always need to dilute them in vegetable oils. Fats is the best way. And you can massage them to your body. You can actually put them in a vegetable oil and use it as a perfume. You've got your own personal perfume that will help you with your hot flushes or whatever while you smell fantastic. And while you feel really good, because the oils, as well as they will help your physical symptoms, they will make you feel good. They will take care of that stress and balance your nervous system. It's beautiful. But you need to know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and with what.
Is there a way for women to be able to learn other than like dilute it if you're putting it on the skin to learn how to use it safely if they're worried?
Yes, I would say get a book that is written by a professional aromatherapist. Don't go with these MLM businesses because their business is all about selling as much as possible, and they are the one who introduced using it pure and undiluted on your body and in your digestive system. Actually, I think 3 children have died from it, babies, you know? So don't go with that. Get yourself a really good book. You can look for Tisserand, Shirley Price, um, the Lady Rose. There's so many amazing, or you can talk to, like, where you can get really good essential oils. You will have that later from me, but people who sell where you can purchase your oils, they usually have like lots of information and recipes and ideas. So it's really easy to get proper information. The problem is that the MLM businesses, I'm sorry to say, they push so hard that they're top of the list. When I go on online and I just put essential, they're like always top of the list. And what they're doing is straight out dangerous. So don't go there. And I have seen analysis because I work with the professionals, right? I have seen analysis from some of their essential oils. No, they're not pure. And here I need to say there is no such thing as a therapeutic essential oil, as they say. All essential oils are therapeutic by nature, unless they are old and oxidized.
It makes
Okay?
sense. Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, which specific oils or blends do you find most helpful for some of the most common menopausal symptoms? Things like hot flashes, sleep struggles, mood changes, those kinds of things.
Okay, the number one, seriously, and it's not just menopause, it's anything to do with the female hormonal system, is geranium. Pelargonium, it's graveolens, it's called Pelargonium graveolens. Always look for the Latin name. And it is like the number one oil for irritation. When you feel this is happening, you just get that bottle, have yourself a good sniff, and it will just chill everything out. So I'd say that's the number one. And it is also really helpful because it works with the female hormonal system. So it's also helpful with like hot flushes and stuff like that. Another one is clary sage, also works with the female hormones. Ilang ilang is great for anger and depression. Um, Orange, the citruses, if you would need to feel a bit clean, if you feel unclean. Peppermint, beautiful for brain fog. Brain fog is the bane of my life. It never goes away. So yeah, there is a handful of oils that are like really, really useful, and you don't need so many. And these, I choose to present oils. There are others, but they're really expensive. So I choose the oils that are actually affordable for everybody so that everybody actually has access to using this beautiful therapy.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you mentioned geranium first off, because I've been using geranium every month for years on my cycle because it really does help with the pain and all of the things that come up with PMS. It's so super helpful, and I diffuse it next to my bed while I'm sleeping or when I'm going to sleep. I have it so on a timer, so it shuts off after an hour or so.
Oh, that's really good actually. But uh, mix it, try blending it with
Yes.
clary sage,
Yeah.
girl.
It's a blend, yes.
Mm.
Yes. So how can women, especially during midlife, but any women, all women, how can we incorporate excuse me, how can we incorporate aromatherapy into our daily routines in a simple, practical ways, without feeling like overwhelming? Like I don't want to feel like it's another thing on our to-do list. How can we just make it simple?
Oh yeah, but I'm really good at that because nobody has time for stuff, especially when you're not feeling okay. So when I do, I give recipes which are really simple. You can mix this oil, you can mix this spray for flushes. So once you've mixed it, you have it. It's done. You can use the spray. You can smell your blend, and here it is. You do what you feel okay for you. That's why I've a few different oils, and then you make your blend and you have it. And if all of that is too much, just take the bottle, uncork it. Oh my God, this is so good. But this is none of those. This is another one I just got. So I'm playing with it today. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And just smell, because here a lot is happening. And if you want to carry it with you, you can put a drop on a tissue and you pop it in your bra. And you have the scent all the time. If it comes to sleeping and you want it close, you can pop a drop on like lavender or so. You can put it on your pajama front because they fly. So heat makes them fly. And then you will be in the scent all the time. Or put it on your pillowcase where you won't touch it with your face, or a tissue inside the pillowcase. You know, there are a lot of ways you can do it simply without being overwhelmed. And remember, after a while, when we smell things, after a while we don't smell it anymore. It's the same with essential oil. So just because you're not smelling it anymore doesn't mean it's not there. Then you go outside and breathe some air, or you smell grind coffee, or you breathe through a piece of wool, because that will neutralize your sense of smell and you will be able to smell them again. Because if you think, oh, I can't smell anymore, I take some more, chances are you will overdose and feel really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so if you don't mind, how can you tell if you've had too much? I know you mentioned like headaches. How can you tell if you've inhaled too much?
You know that either the people react differently. Some get really nauseous, some get headaches. Headaches is usually the first thing, or like it's like, it's just everything it gets like this somehow, and you know it. When you've overdosed, you know it. And everybody has a different reaction. I don't get headaches, and I'm very, very sturdy, so I can overdose because that's part of my job. I can overdose without suffering to be able to guide my clients and students so they don't have to do it. See what I'm saying? And you know, and for some people, even a drop is massive. I've had clients that they can't even have essential oil. So I just have like one drop in the corner of the room. And then I work with just hydrolats, for example, which is the water that is left over after distilling essential oils. So it all depends on how sensitive you are. But then just breathe fresh air and you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Don't freak out. Just step outside.
Don't freak out, just go out or open the window or breathe through your woolen cardigan or
Yes.
go and smell
Yeah.
the coffee. Okay, these are the
Absolutely.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those things will help to neutralize the reaction and help you feel better quickly.
Yes.
Love that. This is so fascinating. And I could sit here picking your brain all day long, but I won't keep you. But you have prepared something for our audience. Can you tell us what that is?
Okay, it's a little booklet where I sort of introduce aromatherapy, and I always also give specific recipes, formulas. I introduce a few essential oils, and I give specific formulas for a few different products that you can make at home. So everything is very, very clear. It's simple, it's clear, easy peasy lemon squeezy, because nobody has time to be complicated. And it is called the Ultimate Aromatherapy Guide to Menopause. And yeah, that's my gift. I
I
want to share
love
with everybody.
Yes, I love it. I can't wait to get it myself, and I'm going to start using your recipes right away. This has been such a fascinating conversation, Anna. I love how you explain the science behind essential oils in such an approachable way. It makes it so easy for all of us to understand how they work and why they work and ways to make them work for your individual body. I love that. It really brings so much clarity to something that can feel quite mysterious to many women. So I want to thank you again for being here with us today and for sharing your passion and your wisdom. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Liza. I'm so happy to share. I want to turn the whole world on to aromatherapy, of course, obviously, but yeah. So
Well, I
I'm
think we
really
got you a
glad.
little closer.
Yeah, a little closer. I'm so glad for that. So thank you so much for having me. Lovely to speak with you. And yeah, see
It's
you.
my pleasure, Anna. And thank you to everyone who is listening. Be sure to grab Anna's gift. It's the perfect way to continue exploring aromatherapy in your own life. And don't forget to join us next time as we continue this journey to support your peri to post menopause experience. Bye, everyone.